get to the main event, and we realize
the triple headliner, right?
The triple headliner and zero agreement.
The beatdown is split right down the middle.
It's like the Civil War, split right down the middle. Well, that's actually...
I pretty much debated walking out of the studio on break.
I don't think you did, but...
No, that didn't happen. Because then we were just talking about how awesome we were doing the show.
So, alright. However...
I gotta hear your explanation on some of these.
Alright. You're gonna have to stick with me on this.
Let's start at the bottom, I guess. Weidman and Damian Maia.
Weidman and Damian Maia. I think Chris Weidman beats Damian Maia.
How?
I don't think Chris Weidman is that far out of practice. He's always said how he's really good at, cramming to get prepared for things.
He's had 11 days to prepare for Damian Maia.
It's not like he wasn't good before it.
No, I agree, but Damian Maia is a true top 10. He hasn't fought a true top 10. He's 3-0 in the UFC. I'll give you the Tom Lawler. I know he beat Sakara, too.
Damian Maia has been preparing for a completely different opponent.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
He's been training for Michael Bisping, who, not that I'm saying isn't good on the ground. He's not Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's a national champion. Not national. Is he national champion? I have to check.
Oh, God, I know was he third or something like that?
Sixth, third, and two-time All-American. And two-time All-American junior college.
This is a weird fight because this is a fight where if I was, going to look at the odds, I know Maia is a slight underdog. You'd have to put the money there because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because really this could go either way. This is interesting because I think Maia might have the stand-up advantage. Because we haven't seen too much of Weidman's stand-up. And Maia's stand-up has improved greatly.
Improved from getting taunted.
Yeah, which was nothing. But after that fight, he really turned it around. It's looked really good in his last few fights. Now, is Weidman going to want to take this to the ground? Because we know he can get him down probably.
It's not as much getting him down. It's like Damian Maia's going to want to go to the ground.
That's what I'm saying. So is Weidman... I've never seen Maia fight someone where his opponent wants to take the fight to the ground. You know what I'm saying?
I think...
Unless you think Weidman's going to stand and bang with him.
Weidman, I know people underrate this. Matt Serra actually had good stand-up. Chris Weidman's main coach is Matt Serra.
Yeah.
If you could remember the fight against GSP, other than it being a lucky punch, he actually has good stand-up. I'm going to say Chris Weidman actually has good stand-up, too.
We haven't seen it.
I'm going to say they both have excellent submission defense, and I don't think Damian Maia can knock him out.
No.
I'm not sure if Chris Weidman has a knockout on his record, but...
7-0.
Yes, he has 2 TKOs.
Yeah?
Yeah. A standing guillotine, a Darce choke, a Kimura, and 2 unanimous decisions. I'm going to check Damian Maia's record. He has a TKO via shoulder injury. His first win was a TKO. His first win was also in 2001. I don't know. I don't think Damian Maia has knockout power.
No.
I think...
No, his boxing is slightly above average from what it was, which was below average.
Very below average.
Yeah.
But everyone would look below average when they try and strike with Anderson Silva, who has no intent of going to the ground.
It's true. It's very true.
Anderson Silva didn't even have an intent to fight. So, I don't know. Of course, Damian Maia's going to look bad.
Yeah.
That's probably the greatest fighter of all time, not wanting to fight you.
Yeah, exactly. And I was impressed with the way Maia handled himself in that fight. Because at the end of the fight, he started bringing it to Silva a little bit more. And since then, he's greatly improved his boxing. He looked pretty good against Munoz, even though he lost that fight. He had Munoz rocked in the first round.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most superior striker he's fought since then. Munoz is more of a wrestler. But I just look at the experience factor here. You give it to Maia. I don't know how this fight's actually going to be played out. I'm very excited to see this because...
It's going to be ridiculous. You don't know what's going to happen, actually.
No. Usually you go into a fight and you say, okay, well, this guy...
He's going to want to do something.
Look at Son and Bisping.
Son's going to want to take it to the ground.
Exactly. There's no other way around. Even look at Evans Davis. Davis is probably going to try to take that fight to the ground. Maybe not as clear as the Sana fight, but
I think Rashad and Davis are just pretty much identical fighters.
They're the same fighters. I agree with that. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we do, because that's just another debate. But I think Weidman's going to win, because Damian Maia's actually been knocked out. Chris Weidman hasn't looked like he's been able to get rocked.
Well, I don't... Yeah, but you don't have to knock your opponent out to win a stand-up battle.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, an undefeated record speaks for itself pretty well. And he's had 4 fights in the UFC.
3, right?
This will be his 4th.
Yeah.
And it's not, he's been in bad promotions. He was in Ring of Combat. It's not like a random local promotion.
Yeah.
Ring of Combat has good guys.
I know you're high on Weidman too, and I like him. I just don't think I can give him this edge over Maia. I think this is a little too soon for him.
I don't know, but
Beatdown is split.
We'll see. The beatdown is split.
So you're going. So you were going with.
I'm going with Weidman.
God.
You're going with Maia.
I guess I got to.
Yeah.
It's just. But you think about it. This is win-win for Weidman though.
Yeah.
Because he takes the fight on short notice, which puts him in favor with Zuffa and Dana, and the Fertittas, everyone. And you think he's also going to get on Fox, national televised fight.
Yep.
He's going to get free exposure. It's just going to be great. He's had to get more sponsors. There's just no way of looking at this. And then he could go out and win the fight and be a top 5.
Contention.
Yeah, top 5 middleweight. So, because right now, I mean, just looking at our rankings, Damian Maia at 7, and but Weidman at 10. He'd hop right up to 7. He'd probably be in the top 5, depending on how the fight went. So it's just complete
also,
win-win.
people are going to drop out. People are going to drop out of the rankings. So.
Oh, next week middleweight's going to be a mess after Saturday.
Yeah.
We have 6 guys in the top 10 fighting. Well, 4 in middleweight. I'm sorry. That's like 2 in light heavyweight. But
I was really confused.
Yeah,
but,
sorry. But it's just win-win for Weidman, and he can win the fight too. So it's just awesome, and for him. And I know you. You heard this right on MMA Hour?
His weight.
You called me and told me this. Yeah, he was 218, right?
Yeah.
11 days ago. That's when he's got cut from to tomorrow or Friday, I guess. Or weigh-ins.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he could do it.
Oh, I will definitely do it.
He said he wasn't like. He said he got nervous and just cut a bunch of things out, but like I don't know. He's not going to have to cut water a lot. Is what he said. So I don't know. And then the next fight, probably my 2 most hated fighters I can think of. Like, in a miraculous way, there will be a double knockout, even though Bisping actually had a quote today. So there will not be a double knockout in this fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, tell me how Bisping wins this fight, because I don't see it.
I'll tell you about Bisping wins this fight. All right. Bisping.
If he can't stop the shot.
Brian Stan almost stopped Chael Sonnen's shot. I watched that fight again last night. Brian Stan was stopping Chael Sonnen's shots.
He was?
Yeah.
That fight ended in the second?
Yeah, it ended in the second. But Brian
And how did the whole fight go?
Chael Sonnen trying to shoot the whole time.
Yeah. And he eventually got him down.
He eventually got him down, but I think Michael Bisping has a much better wrestling defense than...
He has very good wrestling defense. He does not get a lot of credit for it.
Rashad Evans was a fight against Michael Bisping, and Rashad Evans had a tough time taking Michael Bisping to the ground.
But he did get him down, though.
He did get him down eventually.
And that's probably why he won that fight.
Rashad is 205.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping is a very big middleweight.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen, he's a big middleweight, but like he's not. I don't know. His wrestling's really, really good. I think Michael Bisping does very well in the clinch. Like Michael Bisping has done well in the clinch in previous times. Chael Sonnen looks like he could win this fight very easily, but Michael Bisping has very good wrestling defense, and he's really good in the clinch. And those are Chael Sonnen's 2 strengths. Michael Bisping also has the far better stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chael Sonnen, like, his 2 legs to stand on, Michael Bisping has strengths for them.
Yeah.
So,
He does. And even in, I think, off the top of my head, the two fights that Bisping got taken down the most in, Matt Hamill and Evans, I think, two biggest wrestlers he's faced in his career, both got him down, but the best thing that, thing that Bisping actually is good at is getting back up on his feet quick.
Yeah, and his guard is really good.
He avoids damage. He does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he doesn't have a submission in the UFC. He's got 3 in his career. Can he submit him? Can he submit him off his back?
I don't think he wants to submit him.
If he gets put in that situation.
I don't think he's going to be on his back long.
See, this is tough for me because I like Bisping. I have nothing against Bisping. I like him as a fighter. I want to see him fight Silva. I also want to see Sonnen fight Silva. But, again, so this is tough for me because I'm trying not to let who I want to win interfere with who I think is going to win. And I want Bisping to win, but I think Sonnen's going to win.
I don't know. Like, Sonnen doesn't seem motivated.
That's weird. He's acting really weird.
He's not motivated.
That is a very good point, and I mean, I noticed it, but I didn't really take it into consideration. He's not, first of all, he's talked trash on every one of his opponents. All he does is praise Michael Bisping. And what's with the Silva comments?
And his opponent changed completely.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Against Mark Munoz, he had the wrestling advantage. Because Mark Munoz was going to try and wrestle him too.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping doesn't want anything to do with, any part of Sonnen's game unless it's the clinch.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping is a completely different opponent than Mark Munoz. And Chael Sonnen has had, 10 days to prepare for Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
And Michael Bisping's game plan really hasn't changed since Damian Maia.
Avoid the takedown?
Yeah.
I mean, there's different types of takedowns, though.
Different types.
Maia's going to try to trip you. Sonnen's going to double leg you through the cage.
He's going to try and double leg you, but his Greco thing is still trips.
Yeah, that's true.
Bisping.
He did use those against Silva. I don't know, you're convincing me of Bisping here.
I know.
I don't like it.
I know. I'm good. I'm good at debating.
I'm taking Maia though. I'm not changing that.
I know you're not gonna. You don't need to change your Sonnen one either. But I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give my case for as to why Michael Bisping can win this fight.
If you're a betting man, Bisping is a huge underdog.
Really?
Huge. Yeah.
All right, I think I will. But I don't know. I think I stated my case pretty well that Michael Bisping didn't have to change that much of his opponent's game plan. It's not like Damian Maia was going to outstrike Michael Bisping.
No.
And it's not like Chael Sonnen's going to outstrike Michael Bisping either.
No, definitely not.
Chael Sonnen had...
Although Chael Sonnen outstruck Anderson Silva.
He outstruck Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva was going to get taken to the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
But
just look at that Mayhem fight. Mayhem got him down. And the whole reason Mayhem won the round 1 is because Bisping was so concerned about the shot. And he could not loosen up. He looked so stiff. And then that's when Mayhem ended up... That's how he ended up winning round 1.
But Mayhem is a more well-rounded fighter than Sonnen. He has more than just a shot.
That's true.
Mayhem's not going to knock you out, but Mayhem, you don't really know what he's going to do when he gets in there.
Yeah.
Sonnen, he's just going to try and shoot.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to try and knock you out. And even when he gets you on the ground, his punches do damage, but they're not, TKO kind of damage.
No, not at all. Just because can Bisping go in there, though, and be loose enough and not be worried about the takedown, but that's all he's going to shoot for. You know what I mean? He's constantly going to be doing that. Can Bisping stay loose on his feet and open his striking game? Because he puts together some of the best combos, I think, in MMA. I think so. And he doesn't hit you with just the one or two,
Well, think of
3 or 4.
Think of who Bisping has to, train with. He's got Rampage Jackson to train with for wrestling. And Rampage Jackson is not saying that he's a better wrestler than Chael Sonnen, but he's a lot bigger guy.
Yeah.
He's, probably 230. And, I don't know. I think he hits harder.
No, definitely.
So.
Was he helping him prepare in the Wolf Slayer?
Is
that what it is, Wolf Slayer?
Yeah, it's Wolf Slayer. I can imagine he was. I think, doesn't Rampage, live in England sometimes?
Yeah, well, I know that's where his camp is. Although I know he trained in the U.S. for his last fight.
Yeah.
But, you're probably right.
Bisping's like, Bisping's game plan hasn't changed at all.
No, I agree with you there.
And Chael Sonnen's changed completely.
Yeah, but in the end, Sonnen wants to take you down.
It's a different thing. I know his like game plan to take you down doesn't really change, but it's like who he's fighting against does.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's right.
He's not motivated.
No, he's not. It doesn't seem like it. Oh man.
Well, you could pick someone
I
still.
think I'll go to Bisping with you.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna be very mad at you if.
Well, no, you stay Sonnen. I'll go Bisping.
Well, I kind of want to go to Bisping.
Well, why's that?
Well, you're making a good point here, but I just. And like I said, I want Bisping to win the fight.
I do too. Because, well, I don't know. I want to see Chael Sonnen get destroyed by Anderson Silva. I want to see, like, an actual bully beatdown in Brazil in front of, like, 50,000 people.
Why do I feel like Sonnen would be the better matchup, though, for Silva than Bisping?
Because Bisping, for all the reasons that Bisping is good at, Anderson Silva is 10 times better.
Yeah, definitely.
Imagine Michael Bisping trying to clinch Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Why does that, like... Why am I, like, thinking Forrest Griffin, Anderson Silva, when I think Bisping, Anderson Silva?
When I think Bisping, Anderson Silva, I think Anderson Silva, Rich Franklin, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Absolute destruction.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like the first one wasn't a complete destruction, too.
I know, but I just remember the clinch and just boom, 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 boom. Dead.
That was in Cincinnati, too, right?
Yep.
They were... Yeah. I'll go Bisping.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll go Bisping.
All right. Rashad Evans, Phil Davis.
No way you're convincing me on this one. I
All
don't
right.
see how Davis beats him.
I do.
Unless he lays him praise on him.
I think he could probably outstrike him.
No way. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Evans got too much technique, speed, and power to go with it.
Who did Evans beat last?
Well, Tito Ortiz, but that's...
In 2 years, Rashad Evans has beaten Tito Ortiz.
Thiago Silva, too, right?
That was a while ago, I think.
It was January 09.
All right, let me get on their Rashad page.
Or was it January 09 or January 2010? January 2010.
It was not 2010.
It was definitely January.
Oh, wow, it was 2010.
Thank you. Are you going to stop doubting me? When are you going to...
All right, so in 2 years, he has beaten Thiago Silva, Rampage Jackson, and Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
Completely unimpressive against Rampage Jackson.
No. Not at all.
I don't really...
He dominated the Tito fight. Come on, you got to give him credit. I know Tito's not top 10 anymore, but he dominated that fight. He looked good in everything he showed.
He looked good, but Tito actually had things on him.
Well, Tito took him down, but Rashad was able to get right back up. Tito had the choke.
Yeah, Tito almost choked him out.
Yeah. But he did. And then...
But Tito's wrestling isn't national champion wrestling.
No.
I don't know. Phil Davis hasn't lost either.
Yeah, I know. But come on, he hasn't fought anyone like Rashad.
He's fought...
That Nogueira fight, he was not impressive.
He's fought Brian Stan. He's fought
That's
Alexander Gustafsson. He's fought Tim Boach. And he's fought Lil Nog.
Yeah, no one on Rashad's level.
Well, Rashad's level is someone that sits out a lot
Yeah.
and gets injured.
Yeah.
You have to think about Rashad's current level. All right. If we look past Thiago, we have him getting probably one of the most infamous KOs of all time against
That's
Leo
awesome.
Machida. He beat Forrest Griffin and Chuck Liddell.
What are you looking at me like that for? Well, I guess that was the start of Liddell's, right?
Yeah.
Start of the end for him. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, he looked good in the Forrest Griffin fight. I mean, at that time, Forrest Griffin wasn't on the decline. Now he seems to be kind of, at best. But I don't know. You're right. But those guys are top 10, at the time.
They were top 10. Forrest Griffin was champion at the time.
That's right.
But, I don't know.
I don't know. I just see too much experience. Same thing in the Maia fight. I don't know. I see too much experience, too much technique. They're the same fighter, with Evans as better striking.
But you don't know that yet.
Yes, I do. I proved that in the Nogueira fight. He didn't look good at all, Phil Davis. This is too soon.
Nogueira, his last win is over Tito Ortiz in pretty much the exact same fashion.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
not quite, but yeah.
Very, very similar.
Yeah.
Their TKOs for body shots.
Yeah.
In the first round.
No, Evans was second round.
So, Little Nog can do it quicker.
No, that's not. Oh my god. I don't know. I can't go with Davis here.
This argument isn't coming out of nowhere.
No, I know.
He has the better wrestling.
Yeah,
look at his pedigrees.
How many? One championship in Penn State?
4 All-Americans, 1 championship, 1 runner-up, and 1 5th and 7th place.
5th and 7th's not very good.
He was runner-up in his sophomore year.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not saying he doesn't have the credentials, but...
What was Rashad?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
You got it there?
I can't see anything from Michigan State. He was junior college national champion at 165 in 2000.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, his wrestling's gotten better since then.
His wrestling's gotten better, but...
I'm not saying Evans
Phil Davis was national champion not 2 years ago, but...
Davis couldn't get Nogueira down in the first round, that fight.
But he did go on to win the unanimous decision.
Yeah. He ended up getting him down, but he had to switch from the double to the single.
Well, you can't really... you can't hold that against him.
No, but I'm just saying, that's 5 rounds too, right?
No, I think it's 3. That was way before that.
No, this one.
Oh, this one?
I actually don't know. It's the main event.
I guess it would be 5 rounds. Oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. But it really doesn't matter because neither of them are gone to 5 rounds.
What do you mean?
It's not like you're going to be able to say, a cardio thing.
Oh, no.
5 rounds.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Phil Davis is younger.
Yeah.
So presumably his cardio would be better.
Yeah, if Evans is healthy, though, I don't know, he looked pretty good against Tito. I know it was Tito Ortiz, but... 2011 Tito Ortiz, but...
And
too much experience.
And the 2010 Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
That he couldn't finish. That Rampage rocked him.
That was horrible.
In 2010.
Evans' chin is not the best. It really isn't.
No. And if Phil Davis' striking is just on par, which I think it will be.
Yeah, but you can't say...
But when he's a young fighter, an under 10 wins fighter, skills come out of nowhere pretty much.
No, they do. They really do. That's why it's hard not to go with Weidman, but
And he's a confident young fighter, too.
Yeah.
He's the one that wants, he's not Alexander Gustafsson saying, stall me through the division.
Yeah.
He's the one that wants the title shots.
Yeah. I don't know. I just see too much in favor for Evans here.
I don't know.
I do see obviously the wrestling advantage to Davis. Ugh.
And Rashad's chin.
Yeah, but Davis hasn't proved anything on the feet.
Yeah, but he hasn't gotten knocked out.
No, but Evans has the power.
Well,
shown that.
So, because he has the power, it doesn't mean he'll be able to use it.
Yeah.
Davis has TKO'd 2 people.
Not in the UFC.
In 2009.
Who were they?
Uh,
And do they have Wikipedia pages?
They do not, but...
Exactly.
Evans hasn't TKO'd anyone since 2008. Oh, wait, never mind. I screwed up on that. Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
I'm going Evans.
I'm sticking to Davis.
All right.
Sticking to my guns. You sure you don't want to go back to your Sonnen pick?
I don't know.
I think you do.
I'm gonna bet on Bisping because he's a huge underdog, and I can see him winning that fight.
Yeah.
I bet on Maya too because he's another underdog too. Not very big, but and I forget what the line is on the Evans fight. Evans has got to be the favorite, I would imagine, the betting favorite.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what the line is. I don't know. I'll go with Evans, Bisping, and Maya across the board.
All right. I'm going Davis, Bisping, Weidman.
All right.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to do the complete split? I think we should. I think that should be what we do.
All right. Fine. We'll go back with Sonnen.
But
Complete split here?
yeah, the complete split. The first time in Beatdown history.
Out of 3.
All
that
right.
we decided to pick these fights.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a good one, though. We'll see.
Our Facebook fans are going to be very upset.
Well, our Facebook fans will realize that this is the start of the new era.
What era is that?
The I don't know. The Beatdown has 2 picks era.
What?
The Beatdown can't be wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't lose. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still sticking with my underdog. Well, not my underdog picks, but
We got 2 or 3 underdogs.
Yeah.
And Weidman very well could be an underdog.
I don't know. Maybe he will be by the time the night comes around.
Exactly true. Could switch.
Depending on like weigh-in looks that people for some reason take into account a lot.
Yeah. It's a good card though. It's a good
It's a
card.
really good card.
And
We'll see.
I think after the 1 minute destruction in their first Fox card, I think that's why they decided to go with 3. A couple fights here that could definitely go the distance. So
Yes.
I think that they want that to happen.
I really don't know if the Rashad Davis card is 5 rounds though. Is it? I guess.
It's on at 8. I know that. So I don't know how long their program. I would imagine they're going to think 2 hours. So I'm thinking Evans Davis is scheduled for 5.
Yeah, I guess so. That would make sense.
I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to work, but I'm looking forward to it. Saturday
It's gonna
night. I think at 5, I think it's 5 that they start on FX.
That's you mean Fuel?
FX.
They're on FX.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's what it was the last one. Oh, God, I think so.
Yeah. My internet's gone.
I think it is.
But I guess that's the wrap for the week.
Yeah. Another good show.
Yeah. Another show on the books. Next week we'll have a lot of fallout from the rankings.
Oh, definitely.
We'll have a lot even more matchups to make.
Oh, yeah. Light heavyweight should be cleared up. Middleweight will be clear.
And after that, guess what fights happening that weekend?
Oh, Condit and...
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have another prime time to talk about, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's true. So we should be good. Yeah, well, next week I guess we'll do the same thing as this week. Break down the card that passed.
Yep.
Match everyone up, and then do a little ranking fallout, and then we'll preview the main card.
It's going to be a nice week.
44. Yeah, it should be a great week.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your PSAs and such.
Enjoy the fights.
Oh, yeah, and like
More
our Facebook
importantly-
page.
Yeah, like our Facebook page now.
Do it.
We got a couple more likes.
The Beatdown on 90.7 WCLH. Or 90. Yeah, that's what I
The
said.
Beatdown on 97. Yeah, you got it.
That's something like that. If they're looking, they'll find it.
That's true.
And you could put on topics and stuff, and we'll talk about them. Because we've talked about every topic that's been brought up on that page.
There hasn't been one.
Every topic has been talked about.
Can't say that. That is a fact. I will say that.
All
And
right.
I will try to get the audio up there. That'd be cool if we can do that.
That'll be pretty sweet, too.
Yeah. So in case you missed the show today, you can always go back.
If you're hearing this.
Yeah.
And you missed the show.
Yeah, which we...
Like, I guess maybe you could have missed segments and just turned your car radio on now and been like, oh man, I'm sad I missed this.
Yeah, I know. Like, what happened on FX? I'd like to hear about that. Well, we have it recorded for you.
Yep, and we'll try and put it up. But get going because I got to get to class.
All right, I'm out of here.
Bye-bye.